Hello everybody, it's the late Boy Scout coming at you with another knife review. You're looking at the CRKT Pazoda. I've had this knife for a few months now and have done pretty much the full rigmarole on it. I've been carrying it in my pocket for, like 3 weeks or so. Got pretty familiar with it, pretty comfortable with it, and you know what? I like it. I have to say, I like it for the most part. For the most part, I like it. There are some things about it that just kind of bug me, and I'm going to try to articulate those as I get into this video. Before I get into my feelings about it, let's start talking. Well, let's try to cover the basics. Let's try to cover all the details of this knife. You see that it's a flow-through design, a pillar construction here, which is a big plus, I think. It's very cool to have a flow-through knife anytime you can get one. Makes it easier to clean out without having to take it apart. By the way, you've seen a lot of disassembly videos from me, of knives from me, and I don't think that I'm going to continue very many knives, continue taking apart a lot of knives in the future. This one in particular, I don't think I will. It actually required a little bit of tweaking in order to get one of these pillars to seat properly. I had to remove the screw, stick it in a vise, and crank that down really hard because the pillar just wasn't seated properly and it wasn't flush. But that was pretty easy to do, and got the screw back in, and yeah, it's all good now. I started off just a second ago. I was going to tell you the specs on it. Let's get to that, shall we? Yes, we shall. Okay, so while it's closed in this state, it is, and let's put this on the measuring pad. We're looking at, it may not look this way to you, but I already measured it, and it is about 3 3/4, maybe just shy of 3 3/4 of an inch. And that's not too bad. And the weight on it is what? I don't have that handy. Yes, I do. 3.1 ounces. 3.1 ounces is not much. It feels like a, somewhat substantial knife. And let's compare it to, let's say, the Buck Rush. And they feel kind of comparable. This one's slightly lighter because there's aluminum scales here instead of stainless steel, or all stainless steel construction on this one. So this one's slightly lighter, but not by a lot. They feel very, very similar in heft, and kind of just in hand they feel very similar. So that, it feels familiar in that sense, and I'm comfortable with it as a carry knife, as a pocket knife. All stainless steel on the outside. I think I just said that, but this is all stainless steel. When I was checking this knife out online, I wasn't sure about that fact, and I was kind of wondering if this was maybe some sort of a fake pearl inlay, and maybe I couldn't really tell if this was like an indentation. It is, and you'll see that in the macro video when I post it pretty soon. In fact, I'll have that in annotation here if I've already posted it. Is that a little hair over there? Sorry, it's bugging me. Yeah, so it's all stainless steel. This area is kind of polished, and then this area looks like it's got the same titanium nitride coating as the blade has. And it is indented. It's sort of an indented wave here, which I find attractive. Sorry guys, I just do. I think it's cool looking. And that was the thing, one of the main things about this blade that attracted me to it, and made me pull the trigger and buy it. One of the other cool things about it is the pocket clip. That is about as deep as it gets for a pocket clip. It really is, and I'll demonstrate that on a little piece of paper here, Mr. Piece of Paper. Show us what we're dealing with. How deep are we gonna go? All the way. All you see is pocket clip. Nothing but clip. Yeah, that's that's good. That's good stuff right there. Let's compare that to the Buck Rush. Okay, see, that's the difference you get. Now, this actually brings up something I don't like about the knife, and that is the length of the pocket clip. Why has it got to be so dang long? Seriously, I feel like I don't know, man. It's very long. It's a fair bit longer, a good more than half an inch, maybe 5/8 of an inch longer than the pocket clip on the Buck Rush. And yeah, I guess there are worse things than having a kind of a long pocket clip. But and here we are comparing it to the Chill. If I can get the Chill over this piece of paper with that G10. That one's very short pocket clip. Look at that. Okay, that's a pretty good comparison. Why is this one so short and this one so long? I don't know, man. I don't know. I can't tell you. And Spyderco Tenacious, since he's on the table. Whoa! That was awesome. That was awesome. I'm not even going to edit that out. Not even going to try to edit that out. I'm not going to edit that out either. That goes my phone. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, so the Tenacious is, how does that compare? It's shorter. It's shorter. And you know what? It's also a heck of a lot more knife. See what I'm saying? So why you've got this super long pocket clip on this fairly small knife, I don't quite understand. But at least it's super deep. At least it's super deep. Oh, you know what? Maybe it's the fact that they, I've heard it said, or I've read it, I should say. I've read that this is semi-intended as also a money clip. Money clip, which I kind of tried out once, and I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to use this as a money clip. No thanks. I have a wallet for my cash. Nothing against you money clip guys, that's fine, but I'm not going to use this as a money clip. Anyway, nice and deep though, that's great. Also frame lock, so you get some pretty tough locking up there, and it really does feel very tough, by the way. I mean, there's no blade play, none front or back, side to side, for the size of this little knife. And did I talk about the size of it? Overall length, let's just add that up. That's 3 3/4, and the blade again is, oh, let's see. Okay, overall length would be 6.5. So the blade length is about 2.625 inches. So yeah, overall about 6.5 inches for a small knife like this. Not ultra small. It's not like the Kershaw Chive or anything. But for a super small knife like this, I just said super small again. It's not super small. For a fairly small knife like this, I think that's incredibly tough, incredibly well built for a knife of this size. I'll just put it like that. And did I talk about the blade steel yet? No. 8CR14 MOV. I'm going to guess that is similar in how it's in the, in all the metallurgy way, metallurgy sense, to 8CR13 MOV, which is what the Tenacious is made out of here, and also what the Kershaw Chill is made out of, 8CR13 MOV, also the Kershaw Nerve / Blitz, 8CR13 MOV. So 8CR14 MOV, I'm gonna guess is about the same steel. Effectively, you're not going to tell the difference, but pretty much the same steel. Titanium nitride coating on it, which is pretty cool. Makes it a little bit, maybe easier to clean. I don't know, maybe. I haven't done a lot of dirty work with this. I did strip some bark off of a branch and kind of whittled away at some stuff with it. And it looks pretty clean to me now, so I guess that means that it came clean pretty easily. I have to say, I have to be totally honest with you on this. Oh, let's just cover one more spec though. Blade thickness about 0.1 inches, about 2.5 millimeters. Okay, yeah, that's cool. Guys, when I got this knife, when it came to me, it was not very sharp. And I've heard report from Nut and Fancy about the CRKT Drifter that it also, when it came out of the box, was not particularly sharp, and he was able to run his thumb up and down that blade. I got this fairly sharp, kind of hair-popping sharp. I don't know if it's maintained it, but I got it fairly sharp through quite a bit of work, actually. I had to get out my Leatherman Wave here, get the diamond file out, and semi-reprofile that knife, or reprofile that blade. And the tip wasn't as sharp as I thought it ought to be, so I kind of had to do a little bit of work on it to get it to the sharpness level that I felt it should be at, which is sort of disappointing. So yeah, there were some disappointing things about this blade, but overall, for the money, I think it's a decent knife. And what did I pay for this? I don't know what you're going to pay for it, but I know what I paid for it. I check eBay pretty often and find deals on there when I can, and I got this for $15 shipped. And I'm not guaranteeing that you'll find it for that price, but if you do, man, I think you ought to get it. It's something decent to add to your collection. The CRKT Pazoda. CRKT Pazoda. By the way, the deployment on that was pretty fast. You got to choke up on it a little bit, get your thumb way up here, and then move it back a little bit, and then, yeah, and it's dang fast. You got to break it in a little bit, by the way. I had to break this one in a little bit in order to get it to move out that fast. Before that, it was just kind of the click. Yeah, okay. But, yeah, a little bit of break-in time and very fast deployment. Let's try that again. Yeah, very fast on average. Very, very quick. Very, very quick. CRKT Pazoda. Those are my feelings on it, and those are some of the specs on it. And I am the Late Boy Scout, and thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for rating. I'll see you later.